Division I State Girls Volleyball Championship. Edison High leads over Menlo Atherton 2-0 from Santiago Canyon College. Their season started long ago in July. Football season started with two-a-days back then in the summer, and their path leading all the way to Sacramento State. 2 championship games coming up on Friday, December 16th, starting at 4 p.m. live on Spectrum Sportsnet LA. And then be sure to tune in Saturday at noon. More championships on SNLA. The Open Division slated for 8 p.m. live on Sportsnet. Check your local listings and spend the weekend watching the best teams on the gridiron in California battle for state supremacy. Megan Riza here with me, Dustin Aval. Megan, what does Menlo Atherton need to do to extend this match and avoid a second straight sweep in the state title?
Well, I think it's going to come down to a lot of confidence at this point. These girls are so talented. These two teams play very similar styles. They have, some very talented offensive pieces that just need to get going, and I think transition will be very telling for them. A wonderful statistician, Mark here, giving us the stat that Menlo never led in that match. There were 5 ties, but Menlo wasn't ever able to pull ahead and get on top out in front of Edison. That's a credit to the Chargers for being able to be in those tough positions where there are ties or facing a little bit of adversity. Menlo kind of working their way back into it, but Edison's responding. They're facing that adversity and rising to the occasion.
Who do you see for Menlo that needs to step up here in the third set?
Jacqueline DeSanto is doing everything that she can. I would really love to see more involvement from Eliza Grover. I think that she can really be the key in this set. She's able to hit at any point in the front row, and I think it's just about getting her going, getting her comfortable. Edison really wasn't able to find a solid answer for her in the front row.
Well, after not leading at all before, the first point went to Menlo Atherton. They led 1-0, and then Taylor Gray with the put away ties it at 1. Gray now with the ace. So maybe if you're going to get some aces out of the jump serve, you let her dial it up.
Absolutely. If the player is rolling with it, she's comfortable back there. The jump serve like that, it's all about comfort, and it takes a lot of practice to establish that.
You know the Edison program pretty well as an alum.
Yes, I digress. I am an alum, but I promise this is totally unbiased.
Well, from a coaching perspective, you've seen some of the errors out of the serve of not just Taylor Gray, but the rest of the team, and now she comes back with a few aces or tough serves. Is there a ratio, you think, that the coaching staff at Edison likes to see from aces to errors, or is it just more of a general feeling about being aggressive and going after it?
I say it's a pretty general feeling. I'd say that with any coach, you want your players to be back there at the service line and comfortable and taking really tough, attacks at that ball. When you have tough serving, especially in high school, the game is all about serving and passing. So it's typically the team that's serving tougher and more confident from the service line wins the majority of the time.
Back at 4-2. Edison with the lead. Big block on the right. There's Grover that you mentioned getting involved on the block.
This right front position is going to be so important for her. This will kind of help her team build some momentum. She puts up the best block here to really slow down that pin attack for the Chargers.
Set outside again. Dennison this time goes inside the block for the kill.
And that's so tough to do because that last set, you get the double block with Eliza Grover. As a middle blocker, you're not expecting it to go back-to-back sets, so you're trying to close. She didn't press her left hand all the way over it, and Cassidy made her pay.
Well, I really like that decision by the setter, Lindsay Sparks, to go back to the attacker after being blocked. The last time showing a lot of confidence and belief in her teammate. Then a kill for Menlo Atherton, net violation resulting for Edison. So it's a 1-point lead, 4 serving 5 in set number 3. Eliza Grover serving, tough serve down the line.
And it really does mean a lot when your setter chooses to go back to you after you miss a set, miss a swing, anything like that, because you are kind of in your head a little bit like, oh, what did I do wrong? This is what I need to do next. And getting another set right away kind of just erases that from your mind.
Phair goes out of bounds on an out of tempo, out of system play. 5-5. Somehow Kristen Austin pushes that through the block. Definitely an off play, but she does a great job to stick with it and get the kill.
Not every set's going to be the perfect set, and you have to find a way to just get the ball over the net sometimes.
That time Austin beat an angle. Some of the tough part about leaving the middle blocker in there after the serve, and you know this as a middle blocker, is then you got to play defense.
Oh yeah, but you love playing defense. That's the best part. But a really, really smart play to attack her there in the left back position.
Kiana Salas serving. Set outside to Phair. Good swing down the line. We've seen some real strength from the Edison left side attackers going down the line.
There's that swing that she tried to go after in the first set where she just cut it a little bit too much. That one was right on the dime.
Sparks back to serve at 7-6. DeSanto inside the block of Gunther, and Greg barely squeaking it through for the point.
As a middle blocker, I take those kind of dribble over the nets kills as, you know, personal, because you need to drop your left hand over. If you drop your left hand over, it really takes away a lot of the court space.
Cole Johnson in with a tough serve, but a good pass by Phair. Greg putting it away.
Edison's just finding a way to get all of their hitters hot. It really makes the job of Lindsay Sparks a lot easier, having the confidence knowing that anybody, you know, anywhere can get the kill for her.
It does feel like Edison is on a run and the momentum's their way, but it's only a 1-point game. 8-7. Menlo Atherton doing a great job of sticking with it, battling. Even though they're down 2-0. Oh, there's this little trickler. She'll take it. Kiana Salas celebrating. Off the tape kill from the back row.
Take it, and if you're Edison, you're like, all right, nothing you can do about, you know, there's just some lucky plays sometimes, and it's on to the next.
Tied up at 8-8, Dustin Avell and Megan Riza. You're on Spectrum Community, CIF State Volleyball Championships. This is Division 1. For the title. Dig off her shoulder. Kiana Salas getting all the breaks lately for Menlo Atherton. Taylor Gray from the right. Dug up by Salas. She's all over the place back there. Again, Kiana Salas with the dig. DeSanto tries to put it away, but dug up by Edison. Oh, the cut shot by Denison, the other Denison. Cassidy and Danny both being involved. Cassidy's cut a little too thin on the slice.
And Edison needed to attack somewhere different. Kiana's picking up every ball there in the middle back. It was the right choice to do something different. You just got to make sure it's over the net.
There's challenges in the middle back, and that one goes down. That's why I was saying I'd love to see, especially the outside attackers, challenge the block a little bit more. Try to put one away, and we've seen Jacqueline DeSanto do it, putting it away off the block, because don't even give the defense a chance.
Cassidy Denison does a really good job too. When the set's a little bit off the net, it gives her a lot more space to work with and time to see how the block develops.
Menlo Atherton with one of their few leads. 10-9. Let's see if they can get a little bit behind it. They would love to extend this lead that they have. Grover puts it away. Now it's 11-9.
This is a great rotation for her when you have a shorter blocker in the front row like Cassidy Denison. If I'm Kirby, I'm feeding her the ball every time in this rotation. This is the mismatch that you want in the front row.
Grover and Jacqueline DeSanto were co-players of the year in that Peninsula League up in Northern California, but the missed serve gives the ball back to Edison. Salas, after playing some great defense, you know how a lot of times playing defense or passing can really get you in the flow. There's Salas making another great defensive play.
I think when you have one of your teammates that really goes all out and dives on the floor and makes a great defensive up, it really sends the message that how invested you are, how bad you want this, and what you're willing to do. Beautiful up there, by the way, to get your team back in rhythm.
A couple of great defensive plays. This is what we've been expecting. A great rally. A couple of girls smiling and laughing at the plays that are being made right now.
He's smiling, laughing because he can't breathe.
DeSanto off the hands for the kill.
Everybody taking a long breath after that one. That's a lot of transitioning off the net, on the net, getting up to have that triple block. That was one of the best rallies, if not the best rally that we've seen here tonight.
12-10. Looks like Jacqueline DeSanto and Kirby Knapp sharing a giggle about something that happened on court. Great to see them staying in good spirits, being down 2-0. That's how they can come back. Like you were saying earlier, when you start to maybe think a little bit too much and not enjoy the moment, you can be beat.
At the end of the day, you play this game because you love it, and you're at your best always in any sport when you're having fun.
One of the first 31s we've seen Mary Hoyam dug up by Edison. A change of pace for the Bears. But the point to the Chargers of Edison.
I feel like this game has just been tied the whole way through. These teams are just trading point for point.
And error for error. Another misserve.
Dogfight. But at this point, it's about tightening up those errors, tightening up those attacking errors, those serving errors, things that are in your control.
Phair from the left. Dug up. Edison with another chance. Edison dug by Grover. She plays defense too. DeSanto! She got it.
Well, at this point for Menlo, it's just about what works. And what's been working for you all season is Jacqueline DeSanto finding ways to get her the ball and get some points on the board, get some momentum rolling.
Good swing cross court by Phair, but dug up by Fisher, the libero. Edison seems to be taking a lot more swings when they're trying to get kills now. Earlier in the match, it seemed like they would get put away on that first or second ball. Now Menlo Atherton really battling. Coach Lester Anderson talked about them being competitors, and Edison having to take that second, third, fourth swing, and that time making an error to make it 15-12.
And with such strong defensive teams, that's really kind of what gets them to, these state CIF championships, is the ability to play that lights out defense and force your opponent to have to be strong and consistent offensively. It can be really exhausting, as we've seen in some of those long rallies, to have to, keep putting balls away, transitioning off the net. It can attribute to some of that exhaustion, some getting in your head a little bit too much, and Menlo's finding a way to work themselves back into it.
Both liberos with great plays on the last rally, sprawling out in white. Erica Fisher for Menlo Atherton and Danny Dennison for Edison. Jacqueline DeSanto, the leader on the court, and in the kill section for the Bears, coming down from Atherton here to Santiago Canyon College and trying to avenge their loss last season in the state championships. They went down to Redondo. Now they're playing Edison. Another big block by Kiana Salas. Menlo Atherton with their best chance to win a set so far in set 3.
They're doing a good job. They're starting to roll with the momentum. We're seeing Edison be out of system a lot more than we saw in the first 2 sets.
Just long. It seems like every time the team gets a little bit of momentum, they shoot themselves in the foot with a missed serve or an unforced error of some kind. See if Edison can take advantage of it. Tough serve right now. It's out.
Those serves are really tough to pass against when they're coming from so far away. It really takes it away from kind of the depth perception of how fast that ball's dropping.
Santos stepped in to take it. Nice connection in the middle. Another point for Edison.
Kirby Knapp seems to be struggling a little bit with connecting with her middles, trying to get that set in the right position for them to take a swing.
Kristen Austin, the junior middle blocker. She's headed to Westminster College in Salt Lake City. Already committed. And a block in the net by her counterpart, the sophomore middle blocker, Maggie Gunther. She's one of the team leaders in blocks.
Good swing, great double block, just right into the heart, of Maggie Gunther's block, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Menlo try and get any type of, one pass, two pass, anything that they can get here, and really attack that left back where Kristen Austin is playing defense as a middle blocker. I will say you're not the best defenders on the team. You're not back there and practicing your defense as much as you're worried about blocking. So for Menlo Atherton, that's a weakness that they can expose in the back row.
And we saw it last time. Austin was in. There was a broken play that was just shot over there short into zone 4 right in front of the left back. But they've been unable to capitalize this time.
But also, as a middle blocker, if you're able to play defense and get a ball up, that's a huge point of momentum for your team too.
Soft block out of the middle and gives Edison another good chance, and Phair puts it away for 17. Edison in the lead.
Now let's see how Menlo responds. Lost last year in the championships, down 2-0. Can they pull through?
Their coaches said these kids are competitors. They've battled all year long, especially that front-loaded schedule that they had this season. Playing in some tough tournaments and out-of-conference opponents. Phair, another put away in transition, 18-16. The Chargers trying to run through the Bears in 3 straight.
A really great pass in transition, able to give Lindsay Sparks that tempo out to the pin.
Salas. Dug by Austin. There's a middle blocker playing some defense.
There it is. All the momentum.
To the back row, Grover. You can tell that Menlo Atherton really trying, grasping at different opportunities if they're setting Grover out of the back row, which we hadn't seen much yet tonight.
Menlo just needs to calm down, get a good pass, nice set.
Double contact called on the set. Leads Coach Fletcher Anderson to some substitutions, just trying to switch it up a bit, I think. Probably bringing in, yes, a setter substitution just to switch it up. Lauren Heller, this is her 3rd year on varsity. She comes in. And Casey Olson will come in for the 6-2. Menlo Atherton ran a 6-2 with those 2 setters and substituting much of the year, so this isn't too odd for them, but lately really focusing on the 5-0 with Kirby Knapp.
Now a 9-point run for the Edison Chargers.
Well, Kristen Austin has to get tired from running all the way back to the edge of the gym to serve, just back and forth she's going.
Your middle blockers, you're used to it.
In the middle again, and this is out 10 in a row.
A good credit, testament to her to be back here in the service line and stringing off some tough serves all in a row. It's difficult to do that.
Timeout taken by Menlo Atherton. Still a team, still battling together. We saw a couple of substitutions made to go back to that 6-2 with Casey Olson coming in. The Bears just grasping for whatever they think can work. What can they do to change it up a little bit and stop this run?
I feel like they're making the serve seem a lot tougher than it is. It's not coming at them at 100 miles an hour, but when things aren't working for you, it does feel like it's coming at them 100 miles an hour. So this is a good timeout. I would have taken it, I think, a little bit earlier when it was a little closer tied, just to kind of calm this team down. But it's about maybe taking that step up. This is a deep serve. It's been dropping short. Just get a nice pass up nice and high to allow your setter to get to some type of a rhythm and get this offense going and worry about transition.
22 serving 16. Heller is done. Phair in transition. And in rhythm, puts it away.
Well, Menlo has been trying to attack Kristen Austin in that left back position. They are unsuccessful so far. I'd like to see them try out that line shot, do something different.
Heller off the hands. That one out of the reach of Austin in the back corner, but what a run by Austin from the service line, by the Chargers in general, to make it 23-17. Kiana Salas back to serve for Menlo Atherton. Phair. Just keeping it alive. Santo off the hands. Edison is going to get another swing. This is Gray from the back row. going hard cross court, and that's going to make it state championship point for the Chargers.
Huge moment here for Edison. A lot of excitement, a lot of smiles from these girls, but it's about closing out this final point.
Crowd is on their feet. Huntington Beach, hoping for the first state championship title in program history. Jacqueline DeSanto and Menlo Atherton did not give up that easily.
I'm saying, not quite yet. The game is never over till it's over. This is a strange game of momentum where it can swing.
Edison, pass, and Phair, the senior, puts it away. State championship for Edison High. The Chargers are #1 in California in Division I.
What a special moment for these girls. It's been such a long season. This is such a storied program with a lot of history. So for them to be able to come out here, have the season that they've had, be the co-champions of the league, just such a special moment in time that they will remember forever.
I think it's just hitting Edison now that they are the Division I state champions. And a Phair team in straight sets. We'll be back with trophies. Congratulations, Edison. We're back at the CIF Division I State Volleyball Championships. The girls celebrating their first state title in school history for the Edison Chargers behind Hannah Phair and others. The Huntington Beach School co-champs in the Sunset League in straight sets over Menlo Atherton, and they did it from all over the court, from the left, the right. In game number 3, 11 straight points to go up and stay up and take home the title. Keep it in Orange County as we are here in Santiago Canyon College. Taylor Gray from the right side in the back row. Lindsay Sparks leading the offense. And Hannah Phair, ultimately the senior, headed to UCLA, celebrating the team. They'll get their trophies soon. 25-20, 25-21, 25-18. Edison, the champions, will be back.